Call is 911. What's the location of your emergency?
Hi, 4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. He's going crazy. His name is Joseph. Can you please hurry? I'm at work.
What's going on?
He's screaming on the phone. I heard the kid screaming. He's screaming on the phone. Y'all have to just break through the door before anything happens, please. He said he's about to burn the house on fire. Can you just please hurry?
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Tune in on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Come join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Yeah.
But guess what? This is Peachy Tea Time. On Peachy Tea Time, we cover the black community. I don't give a damn what they do. If it interests me, I'm showing y'all. I'm showing y'all flat out. Hey y'all, it's your girl, the missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Whew, y'all, did y'all hear my announcement? Did y'all hear my announcement on Friday? On Friday, I made a very, very huge announcement. And that announcement was that y'all gonna see me a lot more. Y'all gonna see me a lot more, baby. I'm so super duper excited. And today, and all the other days too, y'all gonna get a dose of peach, baby. A dose of peach. And that's what today is called. Now, I know y'all see my phone right there. Y'all will be seeing that more often because we will be streaming also on TikTok. Okay. Now, I did talk everything over with Jason, and we was able to figure all this stuff out. Okay, figure it all out. So I hope you guys can hear me. Again, things are a little different today, so I hope you guys can hear me. If you can't hear me, just go ahead and put it in the chat. Let me know. But hopefully you guys can hear me well. Matter of fact, let me check it out and see for myself if I can be heard. Usually, you guys know I check on my phone, but we're using the phone right now for TikTok. So give me a second, and I am going to make sure that you guys can hear me very well. Okay, give me a second. My computer is going a little slow. At least trying to go a little slow. Let's see if I can be heard. Yep, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me just fine. All right. TikTok, I hope y'all can hear me just fine, just as well. You definitely should be able to hear me just well. Okay, now I think I got that going good. All right, y'all. Well, let's get started. Now, I still have a show tonight, so don't worry. Don't even worry about it. Y'all will see me tonight just as well. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It's just that it's so much crime, y'all. It is so much crime that it's hard to try to put it all into one show. And I told you I'm trying to keep my shows at an hour, except for when the families come on. When the families come on, then of course it's their show. It's their platform. They can talk as long as they want to talk. All right. And now all I got is Peachy Tea Time. Shout out to Only Get Peachy Tea Time. Yes. I do not have my mixer set up. So we got to figure that out. Me and Jason, we're in the works of trying to figure everything out. Okay. So again, welcome, baby, to Peachy Tea Time, a dose of peach edition. That is our very new edition, a dose of peach, and the dose of peach will be airing at 12:30 noon Eastern Time. Okay, 12:30 noon Eastern Time. You're only gonna get either one topic or 2 topics, no more than 2. Okay. Today we have 2 topics. We're going to be talking about the young man that you see by my phone. Him. Yeah, at the bottom. They looking for him, y'all. They looking for him. I'm gonna need y'all to go find him. Get his ass off the streets. Explicit language. Also, allegedly, get him off these streets, y'all. Okay? Ain't nobody got time for this. He is the chief of the police. He had to see what you're talking about. I'm at work. Oh, hey, Veronica. This is called a dose of peach. Okay? I'll be coming on every day at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. I'm trying to be on time. I'm trying my best. But it's just basically shooting out there some crime, letting you guys know what's going on, bringing the awareness, okay? Because I can't put it all in that one show. I be trying. And that's why the shows be so long. So we're trying to shorten up these shows just as well, okay? So it's only going to be 1 or maybe 2 topics. That's it. And we're going to try to keep it at an hour. Hopefully we can get it at 30 minutes. That'll be even better. And again, for those that did not know my huge announcement is that I am no longer an employee in the corporate world at Northside Hospital, baby. I'm gone. I'm out of there, baby. I'm out of there. And I am focusing on Peachy Tea Time full time, okay? The foundation, everything. Because for those that did not know, Peachy Tea Time is also a foundation just as well, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's get started. We is talking about the man down at the bottom. His name is Mr. Drake. John Drake. He shot 2 officers. Y'all see that man on the side of me? Right there by my headphone, right there? That's his daddy. Y'all. The police chief. His son done went crazy. He done lost his mind. And he done shot 2 officers. Guess where at? Dollar General, y'all. Dollar General. And he is on the run right now as we speak. I've been checking in to see have they caught his ass. They have not caught him yet. He is still out there on the run. So if y'all see him, don't touch him. Don't say nothing to him. Just call Crime Stoppers. Don't call 911 if you want some bread. If you want some bread, you better call Crime Stoppers. If you don't care about that bread, go on ahead and call 911 when you see his ass, okay? Then we're also talking about the daddy that ain't worth crap. The daddy that ain't worth crap. I'm just going to say it. The daddy that ain't worth shit. Who has sat there and, oh my gosh, set the house ablaze. On fire. And killed these 3 little babies y'all see up there. Y'all, when I tell y'all this story runs deep. So that is going to be our main topic. Okay? Now, we want y'all to go on and get John Drake. We definitely want y'all to go and get John Drake. Okay? Get his ass up off the street. They already got the daddy for these babies. They got the daddy. He ain't get too far. That's how ignorant he was. He ain't get too far at all. Thank God. But they got him. But the way this story unfolded, it was mind-blowing. Okay? So let's go ahead. Let's get started. And let's go to John Drake. Here we go.
Just joining us this morning at 6 o'clock, and you kind of tuned out of the news this weekend. We're following the very latest developments regarding an officer-involved shooting. It was Saturday afternoon. It was Rutherford County.
And the manhunt for the suspect continues, identified as John Drake Jr., son of Police Chief John Drake. Saturday afternoon, Rutherford County was put under a shelter-in-place, which was later lifted. Dozens of officers came from agencies across the area to help search for the suspect, 38-year-old John Drake Jr., later identified as Metro Police Chief John Drake's son. Laverne Police Chief Chris Mays says it all began at the Dollar General at 270 Stones River Road.
Our officers were investigating a stolen vehicle. During that investigation, they had contact with a subject. They struggled with that subject, and during that struggle, the suspect produced a handgun and fired shots.
Saturday's search continued into the late night hours. Neighbors in the Lake Forest community say they were comforted based on the response they could see right outside their windows and poured out their sympathy for Chief Drake.
He is a father, and I know he loves his child. So that just breaks my heart. I can't imagine what he's going through. But also, he has brothers and sisters in the force that he needs to take care of, and he has done that. What was a scary situation and could be like seriously frightening, but instead, we were comforted to know that they were out there and doing their job, doing the very best that they could, and we were able to get that anxiety level down.
Police Chief John Drake released a statement following the shooting, reading in part, quote, "Despite my efforts and guidance in the early and teenage years, my son, John Drake Jr., now 38 years old, resorted to years of criminal activity and is a convicted felon. He has not been a part of my life for quite some time. He now needs to be found and held accountable for his actions today. I hope that anyone who sees him or has information about him will contact law enforcement." There's a lot to look right now outside the Laverne Police headquarters. We'll have crews in Rutherford County all day keeping up with the search in our next half hour.
All right, we need to go ahead and get him off the streets. Daddy is disowning him now. That's how I don't know him. I don't know him. He my son, but I ain't talked to them in years. Get him. Go get him. If you need my help, let me know. I send out dispatch. And Daddy is he said, I don't know him no more. I don't know him no more. I ain't messing with him no more. I tried to raise him the right way. I tried. I am the police chief. Baby, I tried to raise this the right way. But no, he decided that he want to go on to the streets. Now, my thing is, they said this boy got felons. This man got felons. They've been in trouble in the system for so long. Why is he out on the streets? Why? Because his daddy the police chief. Daddy just said he don't mess with him no more. If Daddy don't mess with him no more, then, hey, lock him up. Save us. We want to be saved. We do. Save us. And then we ain't got to worry about him no more. Okay? So, because Daddy said, I'm trying to tell y'all, I don't know him. Everything is allegedly. Allegedly and explicit language. If Daddy said, I don't know him no more, what y'all come to me for? If I see him, I'll call dispatchers to go pick him up. I don't even want to look at him. No. I tried with him over and over again. Gave him all the money he could have. But no. He decided he want to go to the streets anyways, baby. So don't come to me. Talk about nothing. If y'all have to take him down, y'all got to take him down. Let's go to clip number 2.
Breaking news this morning out of Laverne as the search intensifies for Nashville Police Chief's son after 2 officers were injured in a shooting there.
This all started when the 2 officers were sent to the Dollar General on Stones River Road just before 2:30 Saturday afternoon to investigate a stolen vehicle incident. Now, according to authorities, the officers ended up in a struggle with an individual who pulled out a handgun and fired at the officers. Officials said one of the officers, who has been with LVPD for nearly 3 years, suffered a gunshot wound to the rear left shoulder, while the other, who has been with the department for about 18 months, was shot in the right groin and right forearm. Neither of the officers have been identified as of this morning. However, we can confirm one of the officers has been released and the other is in stable condition at Vanderbilt University Medical Center.
And around 5 o'clock on Saturday, the shooting suspect was identified. Laverne police confirmed 38-year-old John C. Drake Jr. was responsible for the shooting of the 2 officers. This is, in fact, the estranged son of Metro Nashville's Chief John Drake. Now, Drake Jr. is still at large this morning, and Laverne police say he was last seen fleeing the scene near the Dollar General on Stones River Road, wearing a hat, a black T-shirt with a white hockey mask emblem on the front, and red lettering, and gray pants.
This morning, a Tennessee statewide blue alert has been issued for John Drake Jr. A blue alert is activated when a violent attack on a law enforcement officer has occurred and a search for the suspect is active. The TBI confirming Drake Jr. is wanted for 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder and says he should be considered armed and dangerous.
And immediately following Saturday's shooting, the city of Laverne had a shelter-in-place order active. Around 11 o'clock last night, that was lifted. However, the update read in part, quote, "There is no immediate threat. We're continuing our search efforts and ask everyone to remain vigilant."
And Police Chief John Drake released a statement following the shooting, reading in part, quote, "Despite my efforts and guidance in the early and teenage years, my son, John Drake Jr., now 38 years old, resorted to years of criminal activity and is a convicted felon. He has not been part of my life for quite some time. He now needs to be found and held accountable for his actions today. I hope that anyone who sees him or has information about him will contact law enforcement."
And not long after that statement, Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell also releasing a statement reading, quote, "My heart goes out to Chief Drake, his family, and the 2 wounded Laverne police officers. I know that despite our best efforts, including in their early years, we can't be responsible for the choices of family members. I support Chief Drake and stand by him at this difficult time. He is the right chief of police for Nashville." Of course, we'll continue to bring you the latest updates in each.
Yeah, my heart goes out to him as well, to the family, because I know this is damn embarrassing. It's not funny, but I know this got to be embarrassing. Like, even though I don't mess with him no more, you know what I'm saying? I don't mess with my child no more. You know, I tried, I did all that I could. I get all that, but this still got to be so embarrassing for this police chief. Got to be. You out here looking for your son. For your son. You and your buddies. Your co-workers. Y'all out looking for your child. Because he decides to shoot not 1, but 2 officers. Not 1, but 2. In the Dollar General parking lot. Baby. You know they had cameras. You knew they was going to find you. I think he was on some drugs. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. He was high as a kite. He had to be. For your daddy to be the police chief, and you done shot these 2 officers because of a stolen car? Dude. Now, I'm not saying that if your daddy is the police chief of wherever you live, that you could get away with stuff. I'm not saying that. But, dude, you could have got out of that, possibly. I don't know. Because your daddy said he ain't messing with you. You should have been on good terms with your daddy. He could have got you out. Allegedly. Y'all know how they be doing them cousins and uncles and allegedly. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. But y'all, go find John. Let's go and find John Drake Jr. He need to be picked up. He need to get off the streets. He is harming. He possibly could harm another officer. That's all I got to say on that. That's all I got to say on that. All right, y'all. I told y'all we ain't going to be long. We started this at 12:35, 12:32, somewhere up in there. So let's go ahead and get into we don't have any commercials. We don't got no commercials. I got to get commercials in place for a dose of peach. Oh, I like the way that sounds, baby. A dose of peach. TikTok, y'all good over there, TikTok? Y'all over there good, TikTok? They said they good. All right, y'all. Now let's get into this house fire, okay? This is going to be our biggest topic for today. This is the last topic because I told you we're only getting only two. But this happened in New Orleans, whatever y'all want to call it. Y'all know I have a way with my words since I'm down here in the South. But anyways, New Orleans. This daddy did the ultimate, y'all. It was the worst of all worst. I know you heard the 911 call in the beginning. I am going to play the 911 call back again. But this was so devastating. heartbreaking, and just all around demonish. Now, you know how they say that when people die, if you've been bad and you didn't repent and all that stuff, you going to hell. You know, and then you gonna burn on fire with the devil. You know, now I don't know if y'all heard things the way I was brought up and heard things, but that's my outlook. That's my outlook on heaven and hell. Okay? That if you are signed up to go to hell, if you on that list, because you ain't asked God for forgiveness, and you go to hell, you're gonna burn up on fire. It's gonna be hot. You're gonna be sweating. And then you're gonna burn up on fire. That's my outlook on what I know y'all think I'm crazy. But that's my outlook on hell. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna burn, you're gonna be on fire. It's gonna burn so bad. Okay? That's what's gonna happen to this daddy with these babies over here. Not them babies up there. The babies up there. Cute babies. They daddy did this. Hold on, I'm trying to get my finger right. There you go. They daddy did that, y'all. They daddy did this to them. They gone. They ain't here no more. Daddy is. They ain't. Mama's still here too. Mama's still here, but they ain't. And daddy was wrong. Daddy was wrong. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Clip 1.
At noon, we're following a tragic story from this morning. 3 children died in a fire in New Orleans East. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Whitney Miller. New Orleans police are now investigating this as a triple homicide. We have team coverage on this story with our Leah McNeil at the scene of the fire and Alyssa Curtis in Gretna, where a car connected to the case was just pulled from the river. Let's start with Leah at the fire scene. Leah, what can you tell us?
Well, Whitney, this is an incredibly emotionally charged scene, to say the least, both for investigators, of course, the family and neighbors as well, after 3 children died in a house fire, the 4900 block of America Street. That's where I am now here in New Orleans East. Now, these kids, they were 8, 5, and 3 years old. I've been here on the scene since 4 a.m. and I've been speaking to a lot of different people here in the area, but I talked to the grandparents who say they are absolutely devastated.
Who would ever want to hurt? Who would ever want to hurt?
That's the question Angela Palmer Brown keeps asking herself.
Now our world is turned upside down because there was nothing but angels.
After her 3 grandchildren were taken far too soon in an early morning fire. NOPD says the children's mother called 911 at 11:55 last night, saying the kid's father was threatening to burn down the house. Minutes later, firefighters were on scene battling a blaze in the 4900 block of America Street.
To take your children, to tell her to go to work, I'm going to watch the kids and they're separated. And then you call her and tell her, I'm killing the kids and burning down the house.
There shouldn't be nothing in his brain to ignite that kind of behavior.
While NOPD has not confirmed if the father started the fire, eerie surveillance video we obtained shows a man walking out of the home as it burns, getting into a car and driving away. Area Pastor Robert Brown says his focus is on praying for the kid's mother.
We just have to concern ourselves with this mother that's in the hospital right now. She's in a devastated state. She's going to need a lot of help. She's going to need a lot of care.
As she looks at the house her grandkids once called home, Angela can't help but notice the red fire truck and the scooter out front.
I see them on that porch. I see them. I'm going to always see them. It's tattooed in my brain. I'm going to always see them.
Now, the children's biological grandfather, who's also here with Angela, they actually heard the news and got on the road from Florida to make it here just to see it for themselves, because they told me that they just couldn't believe that this was actually happening. This is still being investigated as a homicide by NOPD, and NOFD are still working to determine the cause of the fire. Already we see tons of community members dropping off balloons and stuffed animals to remember those kids who lost their lives in this fire. Reporting live in New Orleans East, Leah McNeil, Eyewitness News.
Leah, thank you so much. And breaking in just the last few minutes, we learned that a car possibly connected to the children's father has been pulled from the Mississippi River in Gretna. Channel 4's Alyssa Curtis is there right now. And Alyssa, what are you seeing this hour?
Whitney, right now the scene is clear, but less than 45 minutes ago, a tow truck pulled that car out of here. And again, like you said, Gretna police say they do believe that car may be connected to that unfortunate fatal fire in New Orleans East. Now we're here in Gretna on the Mississippi off of Lavizier Street. That's where that car was found in the water. Again, Gretna police pulled that car out of the water, and it took them a little bit to get it out of here as they were investigating it. They tell me they are releasing the car to the NOPD, and the NOPD will now take over. It's unclear if there was a person in or near the car. The car was heavily damaged, as I'm sure you can see on your screen right now. The back bumper of that car was completely lifted and flipped over the back windshield, and there were also pieces of that car scattered all across the grass. The front bumper was also damaged. It's also unclear how the car got into the river. Of course, there's a levee between the river and the road, so it's unclear how the car got up and over or drove around and into the water. Again, it's unclear if a person was in or near the car. We have very limited information from Gretna Police and NOPD right now. But again, we do know that Gretna Police say they believe that car is connected to that fatal fire in New Orleans East that unfortunately and tragically killed those 3 juveniles. Of course, we are working to get more information, and we'll keep you updated with any new information that we learn.
That is so devastating. So daddy done went and called mama, or mama called him, whichever way. And they got into a little spit and spat or whatnot. And he told her that he was going to burn this damn house down. Kids and all. And I'm telling what she said to him. You better not burn my kids up. You better not burn my house up. Probably with a little extra cuss words in it. But he did it anyways and walked clean on out the house. Now, when he was in the house, the kids were screaming, hollering while he telling the kid's mother that he was gonna burn it down. The kids in the house screaming, hollering, crying. So when I show y'all these next clips, and your kids, these are his kids, he's walking out of the house, hearing his babies screaming and hollering. They wasn't asleep. He didn't shoot them first. He didn't strangle them first, allegedly. From what the mother said on the phone, she heard almost everything. And for your selfish, ignorant, demon seed, what else we want to call them? Bastard. Call them everything. How dare you do these to these babies? To your own kids. You got a problem. Why nobody noticed that this man got mental health issues? Something wrong with him. You know, we always trying to blame mental health. But something wrong with him. But let's get into this next clip, y'all. This is just sad. But here we go.
Yeah, you know, I've been working a few years as a news reporter now. I've been to quite a few house fires. Even now, 22 hours after this happened in this area, it still smells like a fire just extinguished. And it's that tragedy that happened where this memorial still stands. It grew quite big over the course of the day as neighbors came here to pay their respects to those 3 children's lost. And, you know, this is a dark day here in our city, and it's something this community will not soon forget.
4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. He's going crazy. His name is Joseph. Can you please hurry?
A call for help from a mother left helpless as her 3 children faced death in her own home. This is surveillance video of who neighbors believe to be Joseph Washington walking out of that home as flames begin to consume it, leaving the scene of a horrific crime on America Street in the Plum Orchard area. He allegedly committed after making true to his promise to the mother of his children that he would burn her house down and kill their 3 children inside.
He's screaming on the phone. I heard the kid screaming. He's screaming on the phone. Y'all have to just break through the door before anything happens, please.
Those 3 children, 8, 5, and 3 years old, did end up dying. New Orleans Fire were able to get the eldest to the hospital before they passed. The 3-year-old dying on scene.
Our firefighters, they can handle big fires, they can handle disaster, right? They can handle blood and guts, but when it's kids, when it's elderly, it's extremely mentally taxing for them, right? Because those are the people that they're trying to protect.
And as the sun came up, you could see the aftermath of that crime. The home left burned, and neighbors who witnessed all of it building a memorial and asking how this could happen.
It's hard. Like, we've seen these kids for their entire lives, and we have to sit here and look at that house and knowing they lost their lives over there. They was just innocent kids. They were babies.
And we will ensure you that the person responsible will be held accountable.
Immediately after the crime, New Orleans police began searching for Washington. Their first clue? His car, which was found partly submerged in the Mississippi River in Gretna Wednesday morning, without Washington inside. Hours later, the police got information that Washington was in another car. They tracked him down to I-610 in Elysian Fields, where Washington jumped from this on-ramp, injuring himself. He was then taken into custody and transferred to UNC for treatment.
We are outraged. We are disappointed. We are deeply saddened.
Sentiment shared by the community in the form of a gathering.
This is about this woman losing her child. To stop the violence against our women and our children. We want to bring it to a cease.
A call from this community for this community in the face of one of their greatest losses.
This city has to do a better job of protecting the innocents. Well, it's not good enough.
Washington right now facing multiple charges, including 3 counts of second-degree murder. Reporting live, Eli Brand, WDSU.
I told y'all, this is very, very sad. You know, these poor babies, it was 3 of them. Not only did they lose their lives, but it's a possibility these babies could have been saved. Possibility. Because the mom, when she made the initial 911 call, and we're going to get into that next, but when she made the 911 call, it took 26 minutes for the police to arrive. It took 26 minutes for the police to arrive. I didn't get all the names of all of them. This ain't it. Here it is. So the mom made the initial call at 11:54 p.m. 8 minutes past midnight, the fire department, I think, came. And then 6 minutes after that, somebody else came. And then 15 minutes later than that, somebody else came. So they was all coming, you know, stagnantly. But the police, the ones who actually got the first 911 call, oh, they didn't show up to 26 minutes later. Why? Because they said they don't have enough officers, y'all. That's what they say. But let's get into this 911 call, which was placed at 11:54 p.m. That's New Orleans time. And then after that, we're going to get into another clip. Here we go.
Well, it's 911. What's the location of your emergency?
Hi, 4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. He's going crazy. His name is Joseph. Can you please hurry? I'm at work.
What's going on?
He's screaming on the phone. I heard the kid screaming. He's screaming on the phone. Y'all have to just break through the door before anything happens, please. He said he's about to burn the house on fire. Can you just please hurry? He's screaming on the phone. I heard the kid screaming. He said he's about to burn the house.
New tonight, 911 calls reveal a mother's race to get help after talking to the father of her 3 children, ages 3, 5, and 7. Now Joseph Washington faces charges in their deaths. The NOPD says Washington will be booked with 3 counts of second-degree murder, 3 counts of second-degree cruelty to juveniles, and 1 count of aggravated arson. Good evening, I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Meg Gatto. Right now, a memorial is growing outside the burned home.
Andres Fuentes is live in New Orleans East.
Lee, Meg, I want to toss real quick to that growing memorial. Let's take a live look and see yourself. This is the man in red, Troy McDonald. This is the grandfather of the children on the father's side. Speaking with him all day here, he's been in and out of this scene, very heartbroken. Now he has no grandchildren. These were his last 3. And, as you can see, he's just piling on some of their favorite toys and some balloons that they've purchased just recently. He was here not 30 minutes ago before this, and they're just adding to what the community has just piled on top, just candles and flowers and balloons. And it's just an emotional scene to see, especially knowing that he's really been out here very vocal and very distraught, along with other people in the neighborhood. Now, we do have some surveillance video from across the street looking at this house as it burst into flames. We can see someone leaving the home as it starts to catch fire. Neighbors say that is the children's father, Joseph Washington. Their mother called 911 when she was on her way from work, saying that Washington threatened to set the house on fire. As she drove up, the entire building burst into flames, and neighbors did what they could to save the children. Firefighters actually yanked out a 5-year-old girl and a 7-year-old boy, but rushing them to the hospital. Unfortunately, they did not make it, and they tried to save a 3-year-old boy, but fire officials told me that he was just so inside of the house, in the middle of the home, where some of those flames and smokes were really intense. It just could not get to him in time, and he died on the scene. Like I said, this has been very heartbreaking for this community, a tight-knit community here in New Orleans East. I spoke to one gentleman who came by after his shift at work, and he told me he just had to come by and pay his respects.
I would imagine the horrorness of this thing. It's just, those kids were so young like that, his own children, and it was just so much evil that this man displayed here. So I just had to come out.
We did hear from Councilman Oliver Thomas. He came by not too long ago, and he really advocated for the city to do better with the resources that he had, considering that the suspect in this case, Joseph Washington, does have a history of domestic violence. There will also be a community vigil happening on Friday at 6 o'clock at a nearby park in the 4600 block of America Street. So if you live in the area, or if you want to pay your respects, they're also organizing a donation drive for the family, since they have essentially nothing. And so if you do want to come by, again, at 4600 block of America Street at a nearby park, and it will be at 6 o'clock this Friday. But for now, reporting live, Andres Fuentes, Fox 8, Local First.
Lee, Meg, this tribute has grown all day. People have been trickling in, and within the last half hour, we have seen a lot more families coming here to add to the memorial. A lot of school-age children placing balloons and stuffed animals here. And just to give you an idea of how this situation has really impacted the whole community, even the NOPD officer that works this area has stopped here, and he was walking around the house just taking a look, just trying to process exactly what happened here, trying to make some type of sense of it. But this situation has just rocked the community.
Toys, bikes, and a stroller are scattered around this home on America Street. All signs of the vibrant life the 3 kids live.
I couldn't sleep that night, when I heard about it. I was like, man, how can someone do this,
A similar sentiment shared by the neighborhood and across the region.
Well, the God, I'm so upset right now, and just to be with her and give her what he knows she needs, because this is going to be really hard for her to deal with. And if I could just find her right now, I would love to give her a hug. I probably hug her for 5 minutes or longer, because this is hurting for her. I promise y'all, it's hurting for her.
Jeanette Barnes is from Marrero. She visited the memorial Wednesday night and again Thursday morning.
It's not enough of tears in the world for her.
In a matter of minutes, multiple lives were changed forever as this house went up in flames. many neighbors reliving the horrific event.
And y'all don't know what we had to live through that night with these poor kids being dragged out of that house.
The community is grief-stricken, and many question why 29-year-old Joseph Washington would kill his kids.
To do this to his kids, you are a devil. You are a devil.
Many of the neighbors on this block helped build each other's homes through Habitat for Humanity. Often, they also celebrated life events. One man's youngest shares a birthday with a 3-year-old.
I saw him from when he was in the stomach, being born. I'm gonna miss him. Ever I saw them every day. We had a game. I used to ask him, give me $1, and he would tell me I'm gonna ask my mom. And now I ain't gonna be able to say that to him no more.
Neighbors remember the 3 kids as joyous, each with their own unique personality.
They just deserve to be remembered. Don't let them just become another tragic story. Remember what happened to these kids, man. That's horrible.
Family tell us that the mother of the kids is currently hospitalized, overcome with emotion. A vigil and a balloon release is scheduled for Friday evening at the park just down the road from here. Reporting live from New Orleans East, Chris Welty, Fox 8.
All right, y'all. We are back. We are back. Now, I'm just going to say it. Y'all ain't got to say it. I'll say it for y'all. His ass going to burn up. He's going to burn in hell. Why? Like, I don't even know why he ain't even thinking that way. Or why that thought didn't cross his mind. If I burn these kids up in this house, I'm going to burn up too. Because I'm going straight to hell. Like, why that didn't cross your mind? Or do he really got mental health issues? Possibly could. You know, like, domestic violence is so real. Because they was definitely having some domestic violence issues at first. Stop, Chewy. Y'all know Chewy like to act the fool sometimes when I'm doing my show. Because he don't see nobody and don't hear nobody. But anyway, except for me. But anyway, this man got so upset with these kids' mama to where he just said, I'm taking all of our kids out. He didn't go search for her and try to kill her knowing she was at work. He did what he knew was going to hurt her the most, which was those kids. And this is how you get back at her. By taking all her kids out? Like, you got to be one of the devil's topmost helpers. Okay? Like, this man probably on the list. The top list. For all the devil's friends, cousins and uncles and everything, that helps him out. He got to be. Like, that would be the first thing that come across my mind, TikTok. And YouTube. And Facebook. All y'all. That would be the first thing to come across my mind. If I set this house on fire and kill these kids, that means I'm going to go to hell. And I'm going to burn up. Either way it goes happening. So he's just going to have to figure it out. But this man had a history, y'all. He had a past. Tonight at 9 o'clock, we will be talking about a different story. A young lady who jumped off the bridge. We're going to talk about a young lady that jumped off the bridge, and she killed 2 of her kids. They were twins, twin girls. We're going to talk about that. We're going to also talk about a young lady whose husband, if I'm not mistaken, her husband killed her, took her on up out of here. And there's a twist to it. Baby, y'all better make sure y'all tune in tonight. So y'all can hear about this twist to this man that done killed his wife. His pregnant girlfriend, I'm sorry. Almost gave it away. His pregnant girlfriend. He killed her. But when y'all hear the twist to it, y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh. So make sure y'all tune in tonight for that, okay? So let's get into this last clip of the daddy that killed these babies in a house fire. This is just about his past, how dangerous he was from the beginning. Here we go.
Reporter Cassie Sherm is live in the studio now with a closer look at the suspect's history of domestic abuse, according to documents.
That's right. We just got new information that 9 days ago, NOPD had showed up to that home after the mother of the children called 911 saying her ex-husband, Joseph Washington, was threatening her life.
911 was the location of the emergency.
It's 4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana.
This call was made October 9th, 9 days before police believe Joseph Washington set the fire to their home, killing the 3 children.
We have a past history of domestic violence, but he's like sending me threats saying if I come back to the house and my kids are still there, and he's saying that he will leave them in the house, and he's telling me not to come back to the house. If I come back to the house, he's going to kill me.
Here's what we've uncovered so far. Joseph Washington has a lengthy history of abuse. That started in 2015 with his then wife and mother of the 3 children. Washington was convicted of domestic abuse and battery at least twice in 2016 and was arrested on the same charges in 2018. In 2018, the mother filed for a restraining order against Washington, claiming he repeatedly hit and choked her and often attacked her while she was holding the children. In that document, the mother wrote, quote, Joseph said, quote, "Who should I kill first, you or the kids?" Then he started to choke me, pushed me back against the wall after he threw me on the floor while the baby was in my hands and repeated to choke me. He dragged me to the back to look for his gun, and when he couldn't find it, he said, quote, "I don't need a gun to kill you." I made an escape to the front of the door to scream for help. The mail lady called the police. In the divorce filing a year later, it states that after the mother got out free, the kids were still inside, stating, quote, "The defendant Washington then yelled out to the petitioner, the mother, that he will set the house on fire. The defendant then turned the stove on, causing the smoke to fill the house by the time police arrived. He was then arrested when police arrived. The judge then granted the divorce and gave the mother full custody.
Now, we've put in multiple public records requests to see if NOPD had been called to that same house earlier this year. And WDSU Investigates also took a closer look at emergency response times from this morning. I'm going to send it over to Aubrey Killian for those details.
All right, y'all. So he been kicking ass. I hate to say it like that, but that's what he been doing. Ladies, y'all, please start doing these background checks. Please start paying attention to the people that you're dating. Please, please, please. I cannot stress that enough. You really, really, really need to pay attention and know what's going on with these fellas. Okay? If you see any type of one red flag, go. Go. Don't wait for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 25, 50, 60, 70, 102, 145. Don't wait on all them red flags. When you see that very first one and you know that ain't right, that ain't normal, baby, you better get to going and go as fast as you can. I don't care if you got to go to a whole nother state. Call somebody, ask somebody to help you to get out of this situation and move to another state. Call the police. Keep getting restraining orders. I know a lot of clips that we play, a lot of these women, they already had a restraining order, you know, but unfortunately, it didn't work. But still have one anyways. Don't be the one that sit there and be like, oh, well, I ain't got no restraining order, but they ain't gonna help me anyway. The restraining order ain't nothing but a piece of paper. That's fine. Keep thinking that way, but go get it anyways. Go get it anyways. Because when situations like this do happen, which we pray it will stop, but when it do happen, at least they got something to fall back on. and say, okay, well, let's go see what man was bothering her, who was her boyfriend, who was her baby daddy, who was her husband. They checking for all that. But again, they did get the man. Thank God they got him. He never needs to see a day light again. Again. He don't even need to go outside and play basketball. He don't even deserve that 1 hour out of the 24 hours. He just needs to sit in his cell until y'all decide on when y'all go pull the plug on. I mean, he want to set folks on fire and stuff. Kids. Go on and give him the death penalty. I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't be mad at you at all. Well, y'all, we are out of here. I told y'all it would not be a long show at all. There was just a couple of things I wanted to show you all. And then on tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we will be covering two of the craziest things that's going on out here in this world. Okay? So make sure y'all tune in for that. Probably in January, the shows that I am doing, the Dose of Peach, probably starting in January, those shows will only be shown on YouTube. I gotta get my YouTube numbers up, y'all. I got to. So I'm telling y'all now, a lot of these shows that y'all are going to start seeing, because I know y'all gonna be like, she back again? Yes. Yep, I sure am. If you don't want to watch it, keep it scrolling. It's that simple. Just keep it scrolling. But yes, I am back again, trying to bring y'all all this awareness so y'all can make sure that y'all watch y'all backs when y'all go outside these doors. Okay? Okay? All right. So again, I see y'all tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And that's all I got for y'all right now. A dose of peach, baby. Bye. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye, TikTok. I love you guys.
PEACHY time. PEACHY time. PEACHY time. PEACHY time.